Good morning, good afternoon, good night. It doesn't matter when you're watching this, it just matters that you are watching. We're going to go over a strategy breakdown. We're going to keep it very short, very simple, very sweet. I'm going to be completely transparent with you. In the beginning of all this, I really didn't understand where price wanted to go. But I did have probabilities to go off of to indicate that price wanted to go lower on ES. To be completely fair, I forced the bias, only because I seen other moves to be had to the downside. But prior to making a bias to the downside, I was also indicating that price wanted to go further up. You could also refer to what I'm talking about to the live that is going to be posted. During that time, I stated that there was two biases that could happen within this time because there was no really clear indication of which way price wanted to go. I said, if price wants to continue respecting the trend on higher highs, on higher time frames, and show me more indication to the downside, then I'm going short. Price did show me more indication to the downside due to SMT divergence, sweeping out higher time frame liquidity to the upside. What I did wrong was force the continuation on the 5-minute to think that there was more to be had on ES. Well, when I forced the trade right here, I seen that price filled in, did its thing with the fair value gap, came back up with EQ and respected. Well, that was me forcing that trade. What I should have did solely was go to NASDAQ and strictly stick with my long bias. And why should I have done that? Because on a higher time frame, when it comes to the 4-hour, we can clearly see that at that time, price wanted to go ahead and take out this high, but we were sitting right here at the time. We were nowhere near the low for NASDAQ or ES. Yes, I could say that ES has more of a chance to get to these lows, but at the time, we were halfway through. That right there, once I seen that happen, I should automatically flip my bias long, went to NASDAQ, waited for my indications. That indication would have came in the form of a SMT divergence to the downside, showing me that price wanted to go further up, giving me a breaker structure, or we inverse the gap. Me personally, I would have just waited for more positives to the upside, showing that price wanted to go that way. And we get that by the breaker structure to the upside here. Price did want to come back down, that's fine, but we come back up, fill EQ, we come back down, that's fine, but did we get another chance to go above that line? Yes. So what I should have been doing was waiting patiently for that breaker structure. After we hit EQ, right here, jump into the 1 minute, then wait for the breaker structure after that. Did we get a breaker structure here? No. Did we get a breaker structure here? No. But did we get a breaker structure here? Yes. Gotta mark this out properly. Got that break right there. Another thing that we could have possibly gone off of, and actually for the sole fact, was this fair value gap right here getting disrespect. I gotta draw it up properly. We see a fair value gap being drawn up. Cool. We just patiently wait for price to come down, come back up, inverse, and once it inverses, that's another indication to go long. So this right here would have been a better fill. And then target up to these highs right here. And as you can see right there, it would have been beautiful. Or we could have just taken it all the way up to the fair value gap. Because again, we know that fair value gaps at the end of the day need to get filled. Where did that fair value gap come into play? I think that was if I'm not mistaken, a daily or 4-hour. Yeah, that was a 4-hour gap needing to be had. I put down That was a 4-hour gap needed to be had. So with all that being said and done, and seeing that, that should have been the play. That should have been the play. Longs all the way through. As soon as I seen that, price was not willing to go ahead and go further down. But I was forcing the bias, which in turn got me fucked. Hopefully that was invigorating. Hopefully that was inspiring. Hopefully that was educational for you guys. Be back. I'll be back. You guys can't get enough of me. I'll be back.